Well, this is one thing I can check off the list.
All right, now just go down to mute. Oh, may already be muted. Yep.
Is that it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't care about this anymore. So I want to go back to this.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So why is that background like that? I can minimize that stuff, right? Okay. It's weird looking at yourself.
I know.
Participants. Okay.
You may go ahead and join.
Yeah, go ahead and join.
Do the
And
co-host or whatever.
yeah. Angie, are you in or do I have to let you in? Okay. Angie, can you see what I'm doing there on the screen? Can you see it pretty good? Okay. I just wasn't sure if I needed to zoom in more or not. Okay. Thank you, Mike and Melinda, for signing in early. Can you all hear me okay?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Wonderful. Yes, thank you, Mike.
Yes, I can hear you.
Thank you, Melinda. We'll get started. We still need quite a few more folks to show up, but as soon as I get the quorum, we'll get started.
Okay.
Thank you. Hello again, everybody. Thanks for showing up this morning. Still waiting for a few more folks to log in, and we'll get the meeting started. Thank you. Hello, this is David. Thanks again for signing in and coming to the Zoom meeting this morning. Still got a few more minutes waiting for a couple more folks to show up, and we'll get started. Okay, folks, I'm still waiting on a couple more folks to show up. Please be patient and we'll get this meeting started. Thank you. Okay. We've got a couple folks that have, all we see is the phone number. So if you could somehow let us know who you are, that's just the phone number showing up, that would be greatly appreciated.
Oh, one of them is probably me, Michael Harris, Yancey Transportation.
Great. Thank you, Michael.
Yeah, Phil, I might be on there twice. I don't have camera on my computer. I was watching everything, so I called in on my phone too. I think the 3560, 246-3560 is me as well.
And that's Michael Harris, is that correct?
Brantley Price,
Brantley, okay.
3560 is Brantley. But
Okay.
I'm signed on the video as well. So
Got you. Thank you, Brantley.
yeah.
I'm waiting on the chairman to show up, so if you just bear with me.
That's not good, Phil.
Well, Brantley, the good news is you're vice chair, so you're here.
Oh, I know. That's what I say.
But I'm gonna, if we get to that point, I'm gonna make your life really easy, okay?
Well, I appreciate it, Phil.
Okay, I know y'all are busy. Just a few more minutes, please. Good news is we have a quorum, so that's what I lost my sleep about last night. Don't have to worry about that. Okay, Phil True is helping me out trying to get a hold of the chairman. I'll probably give it another 2 more minutes and we'll get started. Brantley, are you willing to help me out and be the chair?
Sure, I'm ready to get the meeting started.
Okay, fantastic. Let's give it like 1 more minute and we will get going. Okay, that minute is up. Hopefully David Jackson will show up soon. But this time it's going to be Brantley Price is the vice chair, so he will step in as the chair of this meeting. And Brantley, I appreciate that. Sorry for the surprise.
I guess we need to go ahead and call the meeting to order then.
Well, let me go over a couple things real quick in regards to the meeting. Obviously, I can tell by this group that you know how to mute and unmute yourself, so I greatly appreciate that. At this point, I want to go ahead and do roll call, and I'll just go basically through the list that I'm seeing here. And when you hear your name, just say here. That should be good enough. So I will start with Phil True.
Here.
Richard Knight.
Here.
I got a phone number here. I think that may be Brantley, the 3560.
Here.
Okay. Michael Harris.
Here.
Thank you. Amanda Roten.
Here.
John Ward.
Here.
Kate Gavinus.
Here.
Melinda Pepple.
Here.
Pam Cook.
Here.
Philip Barrier.
Here.
Adam Stumb.
Here.
Kathy Howell.
Here.
Charles Hardin.
Here.
Chris Medlin.
Here.
Debbie Powers.
Here.
Ed Evans.
Here.
Joe Furman.
Here.
Mike Pettyjohn.
Here.
Neil Weinbarger.
Here.
Rick Owen.
Here.
Rob Wise.
Here.
Rob, okay. Then Sean Sizemore. Sean, you there? Okay. All right. That's roll call. We've got a quorum, so that's the good news here. And so as we go through the meeting, when speaking during the meeting, please state your name first, particularly when you're making a motion on any of the action items today. So I greatly appreciate that.
Excuse me, David.
Yes.
I just heard from David Jackson says he's having trouble getting in. He's trying.
Okay.
Do you need to admit him to the meeting?
Angie will work on that.
Okay.
Thanks, Joe, for the heads up on that. All right, well, we'll go ahead and get started here. So I'm going to do a screen share so you can see the agenda. And essentially, I'm just kind of going to roll through the agenda for everybody. As an easy way to get through the meeting. So can everybody see that?
Yes.
Yes.
Super, super. All right, Brantley, go ahead and call the meeting to order.
Well, good morning. Welcome, everybody. Let's call our meeting to order for the RTC meeting for June 17th. You want to go ahead and do the approval of the minutes from February 19th, David?
Thank you. Is there a motion and a second on the minutes?
Philip Barrier, Avery County makes the motion.
Do I have a second?
Kathy House, second.
Who is that? One more time?
Kathy House, I second.
Thank you, Kathy. Okay, moving right along. The next agenda item, hopefully you have the agenda in front of you. I'll try to scroll back to it as I go through the packet here. But the next agenda item is approval of the fiscal year 2020-2021 High Country RPO Planning Work Program. And basically, y'all, this is why we're here today. I have got to get this planning work program approved before the end of the month. So I was not able to put this off at all. So there are the minutes that we just approved, and I will slide into, hopefully y'all can see this pretty good. And I'll just kind of, the narrative is the best way to look at this. So under data collection and assessment, I've got $8,000 allocated for that, which will cover project mapping, E911 centerline database management for Watauga and Wilkes, as well as maintenance of socioeconomic data for all the counties, and to continue maintaining compliance with the Title VI program. Let's see here, under transportation planning, we have just recently embarked on the Yancey County Comprehensive Transportation Planning process. And with having to do this remotely, there's just a lot of moving parts associated with it, but I think we're finding a good rhythm with this study. And we've got 30,000 allocated for that effort. Under prioritization, Got 20,000 for that, and that will involve solicitation of priority projects for this next round of project prioritization, the scoring and ranking of projects, the development of the High Country RPO priority needs list, allocation of local points, and methodology updates. The next category we've got is program and project development. And we've got 5,000 allocated for that, which will include review and reporting status of STIP projects to you all, the TCC and the TAC, as well as attending STIP meetings in the future. Also attending any merger meetings and providing local input on projects. And the next category under general transportation planning, we've got 14,700 allocated for that. And that is primarily my attendance at quarterly North Carolina Association of Rural Planning Organization meetings, as well as my involvement on the Administrative Documents Committee and the NCDOT Resiliency Plan participation. Moving on down under administrative activities, got $20,061 allocated for that. And that covers preparation and approval of the planning work program and any necessary amendments throughout the year, preparation and submittal of quarterly reports and invoices to North Carolina Department of Transportation Planning Division. Then we've got the facilitation of High Country RPO meetings, which is the next line down, which is what I'm doing right now. Keeping up with memberships of y'all when you come and go, as well as one of my personal favorites, keeping up with the ethics requirements for our Transportation Advisory Committee. And then below that, under program administration, provide transportation information and data, coordinate with NCDOT staff regarding inquiries from local officials, citizens, and TCC and TAC members. Let's see, moving down to direct costs. Under programmatic direct charges, just have $100 there, just regular costs of running the RPO program. Below that, under advertising, $100 for that, more than enough. Meeting notices that go out throughout the region. And then under lodging, meals, and incidentals, the costs for overnight stays for these quarterly meetings, meal costs, parkings, etc., $1,400 for that. Postage, I got $50. Registration and training opportunities in the future, $250 for that. Mileage for traveling to these quarterly meetings and throughout the region, got about $3,200 on that. And then everything left over falls under the indirect costs, and we've got $56,702 for that. So for a grand total of $159,563, which is essentially the same number we've been working with for the past 3-4 years. So that is the rundown of the planning work program, and I would entertain, or I'd be happy to answer any questions that you may have. If no questions, a motion of approval and a second.
This is Phil True. I'll make that motion to approve the High Country RPO 2021 PWP.
Thank you, Phil. Is there a second?
Furman, I'll second.
Thank you, Joe. Okay. Brantley, what do we got next?
Well, I guess we need to vote on that after we got a motion and a second, correct?
Yes.
Make sure everybody's
Yes.
in. So everybody good with you got any questions or discussion before we approve that? And if not, does everybody just say aye?
Aye.
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 Sounds like you're approved, David.
Right. Thank you, Brantley.
Yeah. I
Okay.
guess next informational items, we'll do the project development update. David,
Yep.
you're just taking care of everything today.
Well, I know y'all are busy, so I'm trying to get her done. So let's move on to project development update. Not much has really changed. Let me scroll to that. Hold one moment. And we'll probably learn more about why not much has changed, but I'll hit on a couple of the things. So on page 1, under the R2915 project, I've got that construction for the section E will be in 2020. I believe that was pushed back a little bit, if I remember correctly. So that's really the main change on page 1. Let's see, on page 2, let's see, this project right here, R2566B, we've got right of way for that for 2021. And this was a result of the Board of Transportation revision to the 2020-2029 STIP. So that's the highlight on page 2. So let me go to page 3, see if I've got anything. Okay. The R2603 project, this one right here, estimated completion date of May 12th, 2020. Mike or Sean, anybody from Division 11, is that project done? Do we know?
No, we hope to finish it by the end of the year, but it's going a lot slower than we hoped.
Okay, understood. Just like most road projects, can never tell.
And you mentioned the E project. It actually is late. It's available for construction beginning in July.
Okay, super. Thanks, Mike. So let's see if there was anything on page 4. Didn't have anything on that. Let's see on page 4, I've got right here, the Middle Fork Greenway section 1 from Blowing Rock to 321, Blowing Rock along 321 to Blue Ridge Parkway. Right of way 2021, construction 2022. And that revised schedule is from the Board of Transportation 2020-2029 STIP revision. So that'd be one thing I'd mention on page 4. Let's see, I don't believe there's anything on page 5 under aviation. So that's kind of where we are on that. Any questions or comments on the project development update?
David, I was thinking that it was an Avery County project on aviation, is there not?
No, Ed, it would be on this list if there was. Now, they have applied or are submitting a project for this prioritization 6.0 to be considered. So that may be what you're thinking of.
Okay.
And so hopefully that'll show up in the STIP as a committed project one day. That'd be awesome. Okay. Any other questions or comments on the project development update? Okay, Brantley, that's all I've got.
Okay, I guess we're going to the Division Engineers Report. I guess we'll start with Mike Pettyjohn, Division 11.
David has asked me to kind of give an update on our financial situation, so I'll try to explain kind of what's going on. A lot of y'all may know about 18 months ago, our budget got really lean, and a lot of that was due to some hurricanes and other storm events we had really starting in about 2016 with Hurricane Matthew. Traditionally, we've held out 50 million of our maintenance operation budget. This is statewide for these type of events. And historically that had taken care of that up until about 2016. And then it just skyrocketed up many times over. So that is really, it kind of has got us on a pretty lean budget anyway. And now with the pandemic starting in March and most states including North Carolina, going to stay at home, our driving travel really took a nosedive. So that's projected to hit our budget by about 300 million just between March and July. And you can double that for the projection, or actually it's nearer 700 million for fiscal year 2021 is the projected decrease in revenue. So we have had to go through and suspend most of our projects that we were working on, and they are being delayed. It's still a work in progress. So we don't know exactly when some of these projects will come back online, but they are there. They're just delayed and suspended at this time. It also is in fact affecting our maintenance operation budget. So as far as amount of like resurfacing, we've got quite a bit that was already out on the street that's being worked on, but as far as new lets, they are being held now. And a lot of our maintenance operation, as y'all may have been aware, that we didn't actually start mowing anywhere in the state until June 1st. So those type of operations had to be curtailed as well to meet the budget. And actually, at the end of April, we went below our cash floor, which is legislatively mandated. If we go below it, we cannot enter into any new contracts or obligations until we go back above the floor, and that floor is determined at the end of each month. So at the end of May, we were still below the floor. So right now we cannot enter new contracts. But our other, especially our STIP contracts, are ongoing. So we are working with our contractors on those. Of course, David, you kind of give the update on active projects that are going. The biggest thing we've got going in 11 is the 221 projects that, and they are progressing. All of those, the D project is done. A and B should finish this summer. C project, it's going fairly well. And E project, it will start here this summer as well. It's already been let to contract. And then the 268 project, and we wish the progress was a little better on that, just to be quite honest about. I'll be glad to try to answer any questions if I can.
Great,
Brantley,
Mike.
that's all I got then.
Mike, thank you very much for that update. I know a lot of people have been wondering kind of where DOT is standing right now. So that is much appreciated update.
Okay. No more questions for Mike. We'll go to Division 13. Engineers report.
Good morning. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
All right. I don't have anything as far as maintenance, but it would just dovetail right into Division 11. Division 13 isn't in any better shape. But as far as construction projects, we've got several still ongoing in Mitchell and Yancey County. I will begin in Mitchell and move to Yancey. There is a bridge project on Beans Creek Road. It's one of a 4-bridge project, but 3 of the bridges are in Buncombe County. There's an on-site detour is in use. The substructure is complete, and they expect delivery of the cord slabs around June 25th. A late July or early August completion of this project is expected. Then the bridge on NC 226, that's in Buladine. It's over Rock Creek. The temporary bridge is in place, and the existing bridge has not yet been removed, but the project is on indefinite hold due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Mitchell resurfacing for 2019. There are only two roads left to pave: Kona Road and NC 197. Those are all that remain on that project. The 2020 resurfacing contract will not pursue that until next year sometime. Then the big one, which is R2519B, which is US 19 from NC 80 in Yancey County to a section section west of Spruce Pine in Mitchell County. They're currently paving the final layer of asphalt. This should take several weeks, but the project is scheduled to be completed this September. We have several bridges in Yancey County now that are being worked on. There's one on Bald Mountain over Roaring Fork Creek and one on Indian Creek Road. These two should be completed within the next 3 months. Yancey County resurfacing for 2020 is there, just like Mitchell, they're not going to pursue it until sometime next year. The Madison and Yancey County pavement preservation contract, they are finishing up in Madison and is moving to Yancey County to start work on that, and that's on various routes within the county, but both primary and secondary. And this work should be completed in the next 3 months. And there is a ADA curb ramps for Bunker, Madison, and Yancey, so that's a 3-county project. But as with the other one, this project is, as another project I just previously mentioned, this project is currently on indefinite hold due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And that really concludes all the construction updates. If anybody has any questions, I'd be glad to answer them.
Thank you, Stefan.
You're welcome.
So anybody got any questions? Division 13? If not, we'll go to transportation planning with Pam Cook. Give us an update. Pam, you ready?
I am ready. And David will be sending my newsletter out electronically to everyone after the meeting. So I won't go into much detail, just kind of touch base on what's in it so you'll know if you want to go read it later. But the biggest news that I didn't get in the newsletter, because I finished it earlier last week to go out, and I didn't find this out till this morning, is that my first grandchild is being delivered at this very moment.
Wow.
Yay for that. Traffic forecast in the area, there was only one, and it was for Boone Trail Road modernization in Wilkes County, and that has been paused. Again, that's part of the budget crunch. The Yancey County CTP, as David mentioned, is proceeding. NC Moves 2050, I would encourage you to check out the NCDOT website for that. It is currently paused also, but a lot of information that wraps up what they've done is there. Let me get to my second page. Mike Pettyjohn covered the COVID-19 impact. There is a link in the newsletter. I would encourage you, if you have ideas for greenways, there's a greenway study going on right now, and there is a survey, I think we've mentioned in the past. You can go in and mark where you would like greenways to be considered anywhere in the state. So please do go to that link and fill out that survey. There was information that came out to DOT that mowing has started across Division 11. There's a link in there for the DMV services in response to COVID-19 for delays and all. That's for your information and constituents that you might want to share with. And then I put an update of the survey results, excuse me, the Strategic Transportation Corridor, US 321. They did all the workshops and surveys, and all the summary of the survey results I put in for the section in the RPO. That's it.
Anybody got any questions for Pam? Guess not. We'll move on. I see David Jackson's with us now. I've got you back, David.
Hey, Brantley, you did one heck of a job, man. I got the Zoom spinning wheel of death when I tried to log in, so I had to restart my machine. So I apologize for not getting in on time.
No problem. David Graham has done great. Anyway, we'll go to the committee member comments or any other business anybody else has.
This is John Ward. David blamed it on Zoom, but I think it might have been due to our council meeting last night.
Overslept.
Just still awake.
So no comment from the committee members, no other business. Any public comment?
Vice Chairman Brantley, I have not received any public comments for this meeting. I just wanted the group to be aware of that.
Okay.
And Brantley, this is John again. One I'll just give Mike a heads up. Mike, I'll be sending you an email. I've got a request from some on the council from last night that wants to get your and your staff's opinion about one-way crosswalks.
Okay, I'll look for your email.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Any other comments or from committee members? If not, looks like our next meeting will be August 19th. Hopefully we can meet and not Zoom.
Yeah, that's
We
correct,
don't know
Brantley.
yet.
Yeah, time will tell.
David, I'm gonna turn it back over to you, David.
Great. Thank you so much, Brantley, for chairing the meeting. Yeah, so August 19th at 10 a.m. Go ahead and count on this being the case. Hopefully it won't be, but it looks like it will be. So, but it seems like the meeting went well. And so we'll just do it again on August 19th at 10 a.m.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, Brantley.
Okay, I
Thanks,
guess we're
Brantley.
adjourned.
Thanks, everybody.
Okay,
Yeah, thank you. Good job.
take care.